First and foremost, I want to say, like everybody else who spoke before me, we are speaking as members of a settler colonial project. Many of us have been displaced and exiled from our own countries out of authoritarianism, out of a desire to live a better life. We are here to pursue a better life. But we cannot forget that we are on the unceded and stolen and erased territories of the Musqueam, Squamish, Tsleil-Waututh, Coquitlam peoples, and many other Coast Salish peoples. They are not only part of the project of the liberation of Palestine, they are the predecessors in this colonial project. We must remember that from these territories, we remember the cities of Asqalan, Nablus, Deir Yassin, so many territories now buried under Israeli settler colonialism. But guess what? We will never forget them. In the same way that the Coast Salish peoples are still here, and they are helping us remember what it means to liberate. Thank you. In the same way that we ask and demand truth and reconciliation on this land, we demand truth and reconciliation in Palestine. This colonial project has collapsed in other places. Just remember, British, French, Belgian, all kinds of colonialisms have since collapsed. The age of colonialism is over. It's over. The last standing bastion of the colonial project is apartheid Israel. And guess what? Those who stand against it are not Hamas. They're us. They're all of us. All of us. We are an intersectional movement of human beings, an alliance that is global. And by that I mean, I want you to clap if you hear your name being called. Indigenous peoples of the world, clap if you're indigenous. Our black brothers and sisters and brethren. South Asians of all stripes, religions, and backgrounds. Muslims, Christians of all backgrounds and stripes, including Palestinian Christians, the descendants of Jesus himself. Hindus, Taoists, Sikhs, all religious backgrounds, and atheists too. This is a human movement. It's a human movement that represents all backgrounds and all human beings. If you are straight, if you are queer, if you are a member of a workers' group or a trade union, if you support the rights of others, if you support the right to free movement, if you're a displaced people from Syria, from Lebanon, from Iraq, from all over the Middle East, if you are displaced from Latin America, another massive colonized territory, I want to remind you of something. The person who spoke before me, I think, is Ibrahim. He spoke to anti-Semitism and how anti-Semitism affects Palestinians and Semitic peoples as it does Jews. Our greatest allies in this struggle are Jews of conscience. The Jews who stand against Zionism. Many of them, so many. If you are a Jew of conscience and you are here among us, clap so we can hear you. Thank you. Thank you for what you have done. So many of them have stormed the Capitol building. When did this ever happen? This is remarkable. The genocidal practices of the Israeli government is actually summoning people to speak with courage and conscience against this project. We thank you. We stand next to you. You are our siblings, truly. Not those who advocate for the killing and the mass slaughter of civilians in Palestine and elsewhere. But honestly, I'm not here as an academic. I'm not here as anything. I'm here because I'm tired of protesting for something so simple. I'm 46 years old now. At the age of 16, I was protesting for Palestine as an undergraduate student. I am sick and tired. I am sick and tired. Today I come as a father. I did not want to carry my daughter today, but she wanted to be with me. She looks like so many of Gaza's dead children. When I look at her eyes, I ask myself, what can I do? What can I do to save children? I do not want to imagine myself in this situation. Luckily, I'm here. But for the millions, 2.3 million people holed up in Gaza, the children, I saw a photo of children in the streets of Gaza with nowhere to go, of course, because every infrastructure is now subject to bombing. They're looking up at the sky. Children are looking up at the sky to see where the missiles and where the airstrikes are coming from. You should not, as a child of 3 years old like my daughter, you should not have to be dodging missiles and dodging air fire from the fourth most powerful military in the world. That is unacceptable. And I want to say, apartheid regimes come to an end. Where is South Africa today? Where is South Africa? What happened in Rwanda when the world fell silent with genocide? What happened? The genocide happened, but was it forgotten? Absolutely not. I want to tell you something. When you walk past or drive past Holocaust museums all over the world, there's a big sign that says, "Not in our name and never again," indicating that the extermination of a people is not acceptable. Guess what? I agree. I agree. So for the children of those who were exterminated in the Holocaust to be responsible for this genocide is unacceptable. And then, gosh, I don't even know what to say anymore. Israel has there are 44 binding legal resolutions in the United Nations condemning Israel's crimes of every kind over the past 75 years. Israel continues to behave with impunity, and there's no justice to be found. Nevertheless, we are expecting a land invasion. That is what they do. And Israel never returns land, nor allows people to return to their land. So what do we expect? We expect our media to do a better job. We pay the public media to represent us as a public. And so, I want to invite every member of the media here to look around and see how many different voices could be on your airwaves. Why am I not seeing the people here on your airwaves? You're not able to get a single interview with the thousands of people here? Invite Palestinians to speak for themselves. Invite Jews of conscience to speak on behalf of their conscience. I've spoken too long already. I just want to say one last thing. For the Palestinians here, I want you to know that we all feel your plight. Not because we're Arab or Muslim or Christian or anything, but because we are humans. Yes, because we are humans. We feel your humanity. And I want our Jewish brothers and sisters as well, who are mourning for the loss of their loved ones, to also say that we feel their pain. But their pain should not be paid for by mass extermination of a people. That is not justice. One of the people that I admire the most is the late Palestinian intellectual Edward Said. Some of you know him, some of you do not. If you do not, read up on Edward Said. Edward Said and his solidarity, in building solidarity with so many people. He said one thing that I'll never forget. He said, "We are all Palestinians. We are all Palestinians. Are all Palestinians. We are all Palestinians. We are all Palestinians. We are all Palestinians." Which basically means that if Palestinians die, we die. Have a good night, everyone.